Selling your services as a forensic consultant is very different from marketing your services as a non-litigation professional. The adversarial nature of litigation services requires a careful approach to direct advertising, newsletters, and other solicitations for business. The opposition will take any fact or statement out of context and try to use it to distort or undermine your otherwise credible analysis. So here are 15 points for you to consider when developing a marketing program for your forensic consulting expert witness practice. 1. Any marketing materials that you create or publish will be requested by the other side and produced by you during litigation. Think about the damage that a published comment such as, "We can help you win your case," will have against the expert witness if it's distorted and taken out of context. Any printed or internet advertising of your services should be fairly bland, simply presenting your qualifications and your willingness to provide the appropriate services in litigation matters. Don't state your qualifications and credentials in a way that can be interpreted that you are for hire to help a client prevail in a litigation. You are simply a qualified professional who can analyze an issue, and if the issue is relevant to a litigation matter, you're available to provide professional services. Always maintain the appearance of objectivity and credibility in your advertising materials. Don't give the other side ammunition against you. Number 2, most forensic consulting services are sold 90% to lawyers and 10% to others, such as insurance carriers, claims adjusters, clients, and other referral sources. Even if one of the other targets is the buyer of your services, a lawyer will usually have some involvement in the purchase decision, so it makes sense to target lawyers in your marketing focus. From the outside, the legal profession may appear to be a closed community, but it's easily reached. Lawyers are all members of the Bar Association, they attend required continuing education courses, they read the same professional journals, and they socially congregate at charitable and professional events. They talk to each other about their cases, and they talk about who they've used as experts in their cases. Once you penetrate the legal community, your marketing efforts as a forensic consultant will grow organically. 3. One of the most fertile areas of marketing is attending continuing legal education programs relating to your field through local bar associations. These events are the chance to meet lawyers who are directly involved in areas which you seek to serve. Most of these programs welcome related professionals who are willing to pay the admission fee. These programs combine the value of providing substantive information in the expert's field and the lawyer's perspective on the expert's area, and put 50 to 100 members of your target market in one room for a few hours, enabling you to meet and greet potential clients. 4. There are at least 2 lawyers in every case, and that fact creates an interesting marketing opportunity. Even though the opposing lawyer is on the other side in the present matter, you have the opportunity to show off your professional capabilities and expand your circle of influence by approaching your job professionally. Think of the opposing attorney as your next best client. 5. It is important to be mindful of the perception of the target market. Lawyers don't want to use the person who wants to be an expert witness. They want to use a person who is perceived as a seasoned, experienced expert. 6. So, there are some approaches you can use to create the perception that you are experienced, even when you're starting out. First, your professional resume needs to look like an expert's resume, not a job interview resume. Focus on your area of professional expertise and your relevant background, education, and experience as a court-qualified expert if possible. Remember that every phase of your resume will be cross-examined, so it must be absolutely true and factually based. Don't include the things one might include in an employment resume, such as extracurricular activities in college, hobbies, or volunteer work. Make it look professional. 7. Within your profession, accumulate the requisite credentials that set you apart from the pack. Leadership roles in local professional organizations, additional credentials of specialization in your field, these are the distinctions that indicate you are a true expert in your field. 8. It's usually possible to find speaking opportunities to groups who have an interest in your substantive field, such as subsections of the Bar Association, colleges, civic organizations, and business associations. Speaking to lawyers is one of the most successful areas of marketing I have pursued over the years. 9. Writing articles is an effective way to market your services to the legal community. Now, I'm not talking about high-level scholarly articles, although if you're able to write those types of articles, you're well on your way to truly establishing your expertise. I'm suggesting basic articles of 300 to 750 words that are suitable for publication in blogs, community newspapers, local trade journals, or local legal journals. The objective of these types of writings is to move you away from the rank-and-file technical professional and expand your reputation to the larger community, particularly the legal community. Remember that you will be cross-examined on anything you put in writing, so be careful about making dogmatic, opinionated statements in articles that'll eventually be scoured by opposing lawyers seeking to discredit you. 10. Look and act the part of the expert. Dress like an expert. Have an impressive office. Don't skimp on any part of your practice. Your location, your office decor, your stationery, your business cards, or report covers. Create an impressive professional image. 11. You want to evolve into the expert who lawyers are talking about among themselves, not the expert who's groveling for the next big project. In an ironic way, if you achieve the former, the latter will take care of itself. Create the perception that you have plenty of work. You're busy, but never too busy to care for this new client. Cultivate the ability to discreetly say that you worked on this case or that case without misrepresenting or breaching any confidences, of course. And you're involved in important litigation projects that are so confidential that you can't discuss any details. These marketing techniques are a subtle building of your reputation while not appearing to be trying to build your reputation. 12. Another tactic is to sponsor bar association or other professional organization events. Many of these programs seek sponsors to defray costs, and they provide a tasteful opportunity to place a type of advertisement in professional programs or print advertising related to the event. These opportunities call for a tasteful presentation of your name, credentials, and some mention of your professional availability for services. Frequently, a distinguished lawyer or judge will be honored at these functions, and there is an opportunity to insert a congratulatory message into the event program. Remember, you'll later be asked in depositions to provide copies of any advertising you or your firm has undertaken in the last 3 to 5 years. So be prepared to be cross-examined on everything that appears in print. You don't want to be defending the "we can help you win your case" advertisement that appeared in last year's local law journal. 13. Some professionals use newsletters to raise their profile in the relevant communities. I caution the wisdom of forensic consultants using newsletters to regularly reach existing or prospective clients. The problem with newsletters is that they are frequently written by copywriting services who are not mindful of the threat of cross-examination of every phase of the publication. It's not helpful for an expert to have dogmatic or absolute statements read back to him or her in a case where the generalized statement does not apply. 14. Expert witness referral services. I don't believe there's anything wrong with them. I've just never used them. Most of the concerns I have about them are basic litigation concerns. You'll be cross-examined on where this particular case came from. Are you paying a referral fee, or is the service paying you a net fee? Think about your answers to these questions in advance so you have an appropriate response. I am not suggesting that these services aren't worthwhile for some experts, but the forensic consultant needs to think through the fee and employment arrangement and be prepared to defend against any attack on the situation. 15. Be careful of establishing the perception of a cozy relationship with a lawyer or law firm. Even though it may not be improper, the fact of a close or regular relationship will be used against you in litigation. Now, this isn't an absolute reason not to do it, but it is a reason to think through the answer to the challenging question, inferring that you are too close to the lawyer or law firm for whom you are working. Opposing lawyers will use anything they can against you, and it's how you spin the argument against you that matters. In deposition, you may be asked if you have ever socialized with your lawyer client or been invited to the other's home. Again, there's nothing wrong with these types of associations, but they'll be blown out of proportion by your opposition. Get more details about marketing your services as an expert witness in Mastering the Art of Expert Witness Testimony. My book is available on Amazon.
Brian Peter Brinig is an adjunct professor at the University of San Diego School of Law and managing director of the forensic consulting group of CBIZ, a national financial services firm. The strategies and tactics presented in this video presentation are discussed in complete detail in his treatise, Mastering the Art of Expert Witness Testimony, which is available by scanning the QR code on the screen or on Amazon. Professor Brinig is available for continuing education presentations and speaking engagements to professional groups.